All right, good morning, everyone. It is 9:05 on my clock, so we are going to go ahead and get started. We're so excited to have everyone here with us for yet another snowy Saturday. It seems to be becoming a trend at this point, but I am Rachel Alice with the Iowa Department of Natural Resources and the Becoming an Outdoor Woman program. We are so excited to have everyone here for the Beyond Bow Pie Iron Breakfast. We have sent a couple different emails with the ingredient list. Hopefully you've gotten them. Yeah, so excited. So the way that this webinar is going to work, Chanel and Christina are at Prairie Rose State Park, and they are going to be cooking away for us. We're going to watch them and interact with them as they start cooking and then get things out on the fire. I'm behind the scenes, happy to answer any questions. Nicole and I are here to get information to you and answer questions you have. These webinars work the best with the most interaction that you have. So please feel free to throw questions in the chat or in the Q&A. If there's a question you really want Christina or Chanel to handle, please put it in the Q&A and we'll get those answered for you. Before we get started, I'm just going to talk a little bit about the Becoming an Outdoor Woman program. Here in Iowa, it is a 3-day weekend event. It will be coming up April 30th through March 2nd, where it will be at Wesley Woods in Indianola, Iowa. Registration will be opening up here by the end of the month. We're excited to have folks join us there. In addition to that, we offer lots of different Beyond Bow programming. This is one example of the webinars we've been able to do through COVID. And then we also do a lot of actual hands-on events. So whether it's a camping weekend or a firearms day at the range, we're always looking to expand and to teach us as people are interested. So again, if you have any questions, if you have any comments, all that goodness, please throw it in the chat and we'll get into it. Without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Chanel and Lydia, or excuse me, I'm so used to saying Chanel and Lydia, Chanel and Christina, excuse me. I'm going to let them introduce themselves and get this party started.
Well, hello, everybody. No, busy here.
Good morning.
My name is Christina. Christina Roloffs, and I am the naturalist for Shelby County Conservation Board, as well as for the DNR out of Prairie Rose State Park. This is our second series of virtual outdoor cooking classes. We've had a lot of fun doing these.
Yes, we have. Weather anyway.
Yes. We had quite the blizzard here yesterday. So yeah, you can see we got a couple little helpers. Kira's over here, Bella's kind of off screen. Partially because, we're doing family friendly recipes, and partially because Daddy's out plowing snow right now.
And I'm Chanel Richter. For those of you who are just joining us, we're so excited that you did. For all you OG, you guys remember us. And last time I had to Zoom from home due to quarantine. So now back in. So we're super excited to show you what we've got and just to have some fun with some outdoor stuff, even in this coldness that we call Iowa.
Yep, so we're actually coming to you from our shop at the Shelby County Conservation Board because we have a wonderful awning that we can work under. So it retains some heat for us, and it also gets us out of the snow and out of the wind. So we have a tablet set up here in our prep area, as well as a tablet outside to do our pie irons. And the first recipe we're starting on today is we're going to do the quick sticky bread. So we already have our sugar, brown sugar, cinnamon, and pudding all mixed up in a bowl. You can see we are just ripping the biscuits into pieces, and we're just tossing them in the bowl and get those coated. Yep, we've got our butter melted and ready to go. So that's the first thing we're going to work on. As Rachel said earlier, the more interaction that we get from you, the more we like it. Just because, it lets us know questions that you have. And also we're very open to ideas. We get a lot of different suggestions as we're going along with this, which is a lot of fun for us too. Chanel's getting out some pie irons right now to show you. She's got two right there that are some of my cast iron ones. I have two different kinds. I have some aluminum ones, and then I have the big cast iron ones. There's benefits to both.
Oh, there it is.
The cast iron retains the heat way better. So when we go to use these a second time, they'll stay a little bit warmer. They heat a little more evenly. I have some double ones, which are nice because you can do two things at once, that are made out of aluminum. And those
Lighter weight.
they heat up faster. They don't retain the heat as well. So there is benefits to both. And as we use these, we will spray them down good, especially with like some of these sticky recipes, like these sticky ones that we are working on right now.
If you're worried about there being too much of a stick factor, I mean, we can all go back to the good old aluminum foil. So if you don't want any cleanup, you don't want to have to worry about if you have a brand new one that hasn't seasoned to your liking yet, and you don't going to get that opportunity today, then go ahead and put some foil in it. You're not going to hurt anything. And so it makes it for easy cleanup and you don't get the stick factor. So as hers are wonderfully seasoned. The ones I have in my camper, not a season. That's my goal for this summer. So I will be doing a lot more cooking in them and seasoning stuff.
Yeah, and you can season these probably just like a Dutch oven if you need to.
Oh, for sure.
Yep,
For sure.
Yep, oiling them up and just popping them. Well, you probably have to put them on a fire.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Yeah.
if you put them over your fire while you're cooking at night,
Yep.
or just sitting around the fire at night, you can definitely do that. And the best way that I found is get them good and heated up and then don't touch them. Let them 100% cool from heat to cold. So even if you left them sit in a dry, safe place, you know, if it gets dewy at night or whatever, if you're out camping and you want to do it over the fire,
Stick them on your camper.
yeah, stick them underneath the camper,
Or
stick them.
car.
Yep. So
Hey, Christina.
Yeah.
How big are the balls that you're rolling?
We're ripping each biscuit into 4 pieces. Well,
And
and I guess
honestly-
it doesn't matter because these are small biscuits.
right. And
Yep.
I was just going to say, it kind of depends on how long you want them to cook, because the smaller they are, the faster they will. But it just how many little clumps that you want to
Yeah.
get in there. So there's no rule to having them into 4s or 3s or whatever. Just those are probably a large marble.
Yeah, well, yeah. Yep, so we're just gonna stir all that up and make sure they're good and coated.
Mom, can those do that?
Yep, you can stir up that butter, make sure it's good and melted. We melted our butter in the microwave. Yeah, let's use double ones for these just because we're gonna have to cook all of them. So, yep. We have, Chanel has a portable fire pit that she's very, very proud of and excited to use for the first time.
Yes.
And we also have a grill that we just made our fire in just because we can get that out of the wind. So,
And hey, when you're in Iowa and you have to have a Zoom, you make do with what you can.
yeah, this brown
So-
sugar.
We have a question and it says, do you find the single or double pie iron more?
I only have singles.
Yeah.
And so I suppose it would depend on how many I was cooking for.
Yes.
If I was preparing for a larger crowd or I had kids to prepare for, I'm doubling up.
Yes.
So that I have to do less work. So
Yeah, and
you
I-
can get double the amount.
I use mine for summer camps a lot. So when we have kids, then they just make their sandwiches or whatever together, their little pizzas in there, both together. And it just, allows for more. So it's like I have some of both. And I just bought some of both because I bought them out when I bought them.
Sure.
Of course, yeah. Because I bought everything they had. And you can get these in most places. You can even pick them up at Walmart.
Oh yeah. Actually, funny story. I picked up a ton of them, just the singles, at Menards for $5 a piece. So I was like so stoked at the end of their camping season. They were just getting rid of everything. So that was awesome. They're not that expensive.
No, they're not.
Could you guys show us what's inside the bowl, how it's looking?
Yeah, so we have lots of extra powder left in there. So the pudding and the brown sugar and the sugar and the cinnamon. But we're just gonna go ahead and dump the butter over all of it because
It'll make more goo.
it'd make more goo. Yes.
Everybody
That's
loves
good,
goo.
Yep. So then we got that. So go ahead and we're gonna pour the butter over that now. And pour it on. And if it doesn't look like it's enough butter, we'll just melt some more.
That looks like enough.
Well, we gotta stir it up and
So it's gonna turn into like
goo.
Yeah, just like a pasty. And so
Caramely.
and because we are more hit and miss and dump and pour when it comes to the sweets, not when it's like, I mean, and it depends on the situation. So if that ended up not being enough, then
Butter.
like she said, she'll just dump more butter, dump that on there. Especially when we're out camping. We are not people who, oh my gosh, I have to have every single ingredient. No, you make do with what you have and you make a wonderful creation. And I love that fact that it doesn't always have to be followed to the T of what the recipe calls. Have some fun with it. If you want to add something different to it, if you want to make it a healthier option, you can. If you want to make it a gooier option, you can. I think that looks really good.
Yep, so we got the butter all stirred in there and it looks pretty good. So we're gonna go with it. So we're gonna get our pie iron sprayed. Sorry.
While you guys are spraying your pie irons, how big of a fire should people have?
You don't want anything too big because then things tend to burn.
Well, and you want some nice red coals.
Yeah, you want coals, yes.
You know, so
Yeah.
so kind of how you would prepare if you were going to be cooking burgers or something like that, because you just have that nice good heat then.
Yeah, but if you don't, just make sure you have your pie iron up a little bit higher.
That reminds me.
You guys kind of see how much I'm putting on there?
Yeah.
I mean, it's an ample amount.
Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and stick some in.
For some
That
reason, since I'm doing this reminds me of when you just pretty much needed 2 ingredients, just cheese and squash, summer squash, and then you just
Well, we gotta have some room to expand, so
Yep,
maybe
yep.
stop with that.
So we're going to just kind of leave it at that. We've got a few little spaces here and there, but for the most part, as it expands when it's
yes.
cooking, then it's going to. So then hook the pie iron together and close it down.
Yeah, go ahead, yep. And then we'll probably need to, well, actually, we'll do another double one. Can you find another double one, Bella?
another double one.
Out of the container over there?
No,
Sure.
Put it on quick. You put it on quick.
Well, just wait here, okay? Here, okay.
So for me,
I just grabbed the first one I saw. Yeah.
is that one done?
Yes, that one is done, yep.
One
All
more.
right, headed back out.
This one.
Okay, we're gonna probably need one more.
Hey, Christina, for those
Yeah.
that are just joining, what dish are you currently making?
We are working on the sticky bun, the quick sticky bread.
We decided to do the two that we felt would probably have to cook the longest, and so the two that required the biscuit. So next up will be the cheesy bacon buns, but we thought if we could get those two going, with them having the actual biscuits that need to cook, we thought that they would take a little bit longer. So we did those first.
Doesn't matter which one you put it in.
No, it doesn't matter which side you put it in. Perfect. So yeah, so this basically we took, it'd be enough for like 8 or so people, at least 8 or so servings, I should say.
Mom, are we gonna have to do?
Yes, you'll get to have some too. Okay, we're gonna get that last one out there and I'm gonna wash my hands since it's all sticky.
One more.
Thank you.
We're gonna have another. Need another big one?
All right, guys, I don't know if she
No, you're
transferred us
gonna
out here yet. You know, too. Hey! Your video has been, okay. All right, so, I kind of arranged them over some nice, coals that I thought would give us some good even cooking.
I'm gonna kind of pay attention because I already have stuff that's like boiling out. So I got some good heat. So I may spend a little more time flipping them so I keep the cooking more even. And that's just something that is learned. I mean, you know, you just play with it and you just start figuring out what's gonna work the best. So yeah, I'll probably flip them here after a few minutes. I would rather spend more time flipping and get an even cook. And you gotta step not in front of the camera. So, and then that way you're gonna get an even cooked product at the end rather than burnt on one side and raw on the other. And that is
Hey, Chanel.
Yes.
When you're loading the pie iron,
Yes.
should the biscuits touch the top of the pie iron when you close it, or do you want a little wiggle room?
You want some room, so some of them are probably did touch at the top in some places, but not.
But
in
I feel
every
like they'll
place.
all like kind of push out
Yes.
as they're cooking.
Yeah.
You know how things expand in the oven when you put them in a pan, and so kind of the same principle. As long as you don't have it so packed in every inch that it has places to move while it's cooking, so you should be fine.
Awesome. And then do you think a waffle iron would work for this if you didn't have a fire?
What'd you say?
Do you think a waffle iron would work if you didn't have a fire?
It should. I think so. Yeah. Or if you have a panini maker, or you could use like if you have one of those sandwich makers, those old sandwich makers that you used to have.
Yeah. Come here.
I'm rearranging a little bit.
Yeah.
We had another question, and it says, could you put the whole recipe in a cast iron and put that over the fire?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yep, today we're just focusing on the pie irons, and so fun because you honestly could take any of these things that we're doing today and put them in a Dutch oven and have the same results.
Oh
my
so
gosh.
sticky.
Hold on, I want to see if we can.
Pick up the whole tripod.
I'm gonna try not to make you guys sick, and I'm really sorry if I do. But can you guys see what's happening here?
Your cup runneth over.
Yep. That means good stuff happening. Oh man, oh man. Okay, so remember earlier when we talked about the fact of having the extra goo and how amazing it was gonna be? Yeah, I think it's gonna be amazing. Not fun cleanup.
No.
However, with that being said, put them in some good hot water.
Yeah.
It'll melt it down and it will be fine.
Yeah.
You can also burn it off if you really want to.
On these ones, since they're aluminum, I'll just soak them in water.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yep, I'll just let them sit in some water for a while.
I forget about them being aluminum with them being black.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yep.
it always throws me off.
What did
So-
I say?
So Chanel, the one that's running over is the quick sticky bread, correct?
Yeah, this is all quick.
This is all quick sticky bread.
Yeah, and they're
Oh.
basically running over now. So
Okay. And for that one, you just took your brown sugar, your butterscotch pudding mix, your sugar and your cinnamon, and you had it in your bowl. And then you broke up your refrigerated biscuits into that bowl, just mixed it all up, added your butter, and then you scooped them and put them into the pie irons.
Yep. And there was really no measure. I mean, really, truly. And so if you wanted to downsize your cinnamon sugar, you could do more of the pudding aspect of it and add some cinnamon and a little bit of sugar. Honestly, if it was me, I would use brown sugar.
that's what is some brown sugar and some white.
Is
sugar.
it? Okay, both. Okay. I didn't read it.
Yep. Doing so much.
Wow. Honestly, like, I think they're pretty much. Anybody else having this gooing factor that maybe it's just us having it? Oh, yum. All right, hold tight.
I think they're done.
Yep. So hold tight. I want to.
That
It
one, it
kind of
looks like,
reminds me of
perfect
sticky
then.
bread.
yeah,
Monkey bread.
exactly. Yep, monkey
Monkey
bread.
bread.
Yep.
Okay, I think we're gonna pull them.
Yeah.
So that was a good fast one.
Yeah, that was way faster than I expected. Oh, that was the glue is burnt while we were frying. Oh, yeah.
Okay, sorry about that, guys. We're just moving them up on the higher heat. And then we can take, do you want me just to bring a plate out? Our
It was
few.
burning, yes, yeah. Yeah, we'll bring them in.
All right, let's see what we can do here. One second. I thought maybe we could dump, but it does not look like that happened.
That is one problem with some of the sticky sweet stuff is you get a lot of grease sometimes, then it does stick.
And those would be the times I'm using foil. I'm gonna get on this side of it.
Oh, look, you can't see it, but there's this really long string of caramel coming off of the fork right now. Yeah, that cooked way faster.
Okay, so important. See, we're always learning, guys. All of us, always learning. Important factor, like check your heat. Oh my goodness. Oh, see, and you have to laugh.
Yeah.
It was good though. Let me just tell you. All right,
Did
how's
you-
everybody else getting along?
Did you melt your fork?
Yeah, it
I melted the fork. Yeah.
So do you have any suggestions for how to recommend checking temperature?
You can use a thermometer, which some people do. You could hand, they say if you can hold your hand so close to it, you can kind of gauge according to that.
Can I just grab another fork, please? They're on the table in the container. Hold on. We have a little breeze coming right now, blowing smoke.
Here's the deal. We live and learn, and those of you who know, I love burnt food. So I'm not complaining right now. But be careful because that does caramelize. I've got 4 of them in here, so I think we're okay. Thanks, though. Oh, I had a hold of you. Sorry. Okay, you want to bring that inside? There you go. Have you gotten any responses on how other people are doing?
I think we're all busy watching you guys.
Watching the mess. Yeah, the hot mess express explode. But let's think. If we hadn't sprayed this, that would have been awful. Holy smokers. No punning.
Now, do you think, had you put aluminum foil on, would that have helped protect a little bit?
That one is its own plate. The plate of perfection.
Yeah, we got one that turned out really good.
Oh,
look at that.
yay!
It just flopped right out.
All right.
So Chanel has 3 plates to eat and the rest of us have 1.
Yeah. Getting up close and personal of that one. That one's amazing.
Yep. So
Was that
here's
the
our,
last one?
yeah, this is the last one. So this is how it should look. And
So
not
wait.
like our first 3 plates.
Epic fail.
Looks delicious. That's how we live and learn, right?
Yes.
Oh, amen. Always. All right, we're headed back in.
So Teddy asked again the ingredients. So again, it was a 1/2 cup of brown sugar, 1 of the packages of butterscotch pudding mix, 1/4 cup of sugar, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, mix that together. And then you take your refrigerated biscuits, break them up into nickel size or marble size, put them into your bowl, add a 1/2 cup of butter, mix that all up, and then put it into your seasoned or sprayed pie iron.
And make sure that you melt that butter. We're outside
Yeah.
stuff there.
And make sure you also make the butterscotch pudding mix has to be the cooking, not the.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Did you make sure that you melt that butter?
Yeah, and what'd you say about the butterscotch?
Has to be the cook and serve kind, not the instant.
You're getting some shout outs. Beautiful, yum, excellent.
Woohoo!
And we got some people still working on their fire. It's a little bit slow going this
Yeah.
cold,
Yep.
moist, snowy morning.
Yeah, they're very. Here, take that in the other room.
So again, we started with that sticky bread because these are all new recipes to us too. And so we thought with the cooking of the biscuits, they might take a little bit longer. So we wanted to do them the beginning of the program so that we had enough time for those biscuits to cook.
Which then turned
The
out to
next
be.
thing we'll make will be the cheesy bacon bun.
And funny enough, we'll be a little more aware of that this time. So,
You do the cheesy bacon.
yeah,
buns.
with the cheesy bacon buns, as Christina had put in her email, to cook your egg prior to. If
Oh,
you
no,
had,
that's you're looking at the wrong one.
oh, okay, so that's not the,
That's not the
breakfast
same
sandwich.
recipe. Yes.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay, so with your cheesy bacon buns, you will have an egg, your pre-cooked bacon that's already chopped up, a can of the jumbo flaky biscuits, milk, shredded cheddar cheese, or cheese of your choice. We have Colby Jack. And then green onions chopped. Again, you could add or take away. So it's kind of on you as to what sounds like it would be the best combination. And then she's tearing them up to
8 chunks.
so 8 pieces for each biscuit. And then it's going to be the same factor that we did. We'll mix everything together and then put it into our pie irons and put them out on the fire.
So you want to scramble an egg?
You
here?
betcha.
We'll get you an egg here with a little bit of milk.
Grab a bowl quick.
Oh wait, where's our butter bowl?
Say I just had it.
So, and is this one egg does the whole thing? Okay, so
One egg in the
we are
little-
going to judge because one egg does not seem like much. However, I'm not going to be the judger yet. So we'll look and see after we get it mixed up if we think we need another egg or not. Again, I will do a base of a recipe and then I ad lib as I see fit. Anybody have questions about any of this so far?
I think we're all following along.
Excellent, excellent. Now, this did not say, does it say salt and pepper?
No. but
I
that-
personally
I
would be salt and
Yeah,
pepper.
There's some salt and pepper right there. Go ahead and add some.
Or any other seasonings that you enjoy. And the other fun thing is I mean, you can kind of make it your own if you really wanted to and divide up and make a couple of different versions. If you so chose to have a couple of batches to mix, if you wanted to do half and half because somebody wanted to add extra stuff. Green peppers would be amazing in it.
Yeah, or you could put ham, you could do the sausage.
Summer, if you have your veggies in the summertime, I think chunks of tomato would be so. Mushrooms. If you can go out and do some foraging and you know what's safe to eat out there.
Oh,
that would be
mushrooms
awesome.
would be
Wild
leeks.
Oh,
wild
yes.
leek.
Okay, wild leeks. So.
Do you guys have any suggestions where to put the hot irons when you bring them back into the house?
If you have a hard tiled floor, you could, or you could set them on some pot holders.
I was gonna say pot holders, or if you have a cooling rack, because you can stack them on each other. So if you don't have like a great big cooling rack, that I could lay them out and then stack them on.
Or
each
set
other.
up like your grates on your oven stove.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you
just set
could.
them on top of your stove.
Yep.
Okay, so now we gotta put in. It didn't say how much bacon, and it didn't say how much cheese. So.
So we're just gonna have
However
some
you
fun.
like it.
Yes.
So,
So that's up to
probably
you.
need Put it in a bigger bowl.
Oh yes. Wise choice. Here I thought I was just gonna.
Woo. Boots are wet.
Yeah, careful.
Don't mind me. Just slipping. Sliding away.
All right. We're just gonna throw everything in willy-nilly when we get. I'm gonna start adding and stirring, and then we can make the decision on if we need another. Is this the only thing as far as bacon?
Yes, cooked.
So
Unless we want to save a little bit for the sandwiches, but I also have Canadian bacon and I have sausage for the sandwiches.
so all the bacon is going in. I mean, you know, it's your protein.
Well played. Well played.
Thank you. Thank you. So like I said, I'm going to start coating thing and putting them in one by one. I think I'm going to go ahead and do one
Since
more
we
egg.
since you put so much bacon in there. Yeah, since you put a full pound. So
If you're on that caveman diet,
we'll just throw all the green onions in there.
I guess. More salt and pepper. And again, the milk, I'm probably putting in a tablespoon. I lost the lid. Okay. It's fine.
Sound like my kids. It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We're fine. We're all fine. We've all heard that a couple of times.
So do you need to cool the irons completely before you clean them?
I would say
you
no.
wouldn't have
So
to.
if you can handle them, then I would say go ahead.
It'll clean off faster.
It
and
will
easier.
clean off faster because you want that heated anyway. As long as you have good hot water, and I'm saying hot, like you can't put your hands in it, you could go ahead if they're slightly warm. If they're super duper hot, don't put them in water yet.
Yeah.
That would not be a good
Crack
idea.
'em.
But yes, if they are to the point where you can kind of touch them and your hot water is hot enough that you can't keep your fingers in it, then I would say it was safe to put them in there. And yes, that will just help them kind of soak things quicker. Does it hurt if they're completely cold? No. So you're kind of good either direction. Yeah, that second egg really helped with the abundance that we have going on. So everybody else can kind of judge it accordingly. So it actually calls
Just says
for
cheese.
shredded cheese. We, however, are
2
dumping.
cups.
Yeah. We're also feeding a group, okay?
Yeah.
So if it's just a couple, like if it was my husband and I, we would not be going this whole hog.
Oh, these are really good.
And I'll show you guys what this looks like here in just a minute. I'm gonna scoot some stuff. So yeah. kind of clear a path for us so you guys can see a little bit better. Okay, so you can now see I'm incorporating everything together. And obviously you don't want it in a liquid state. So you want everything kind of just coated nicely with your egg. And so you know what I'm saying when it's like that, because you know when it has extra liquid at the bottom, this does not. So it's all incorporated quite nicely.
So I'm gonna swing back to the sticky buns. Angelique said that she had some sticking due to unseasoned irons and maybe too hot, but it tastes delicious.
Good, good, yes. And again, we kind of mentioned a little bit ago, you know, if you know it's going to be something that's ooey gooey, even if you're like, oh, I really want to have that cast iron, I want to make sure I'm cooking in it. I promise you, aluminum foil is not going to hurt or change the flavor of your food.
It doesn't.
So if you have that and you know it's going to be uber sticky, don't hesitate to go ahead and line it with some foil.
A little much here.
Okay, so now we load up our, and again, we're going to do this in a similar manner than what we did to the sticky buns. Not going to go all the way to the edges because we know that there will be some expansion with those biscuits. And if you have like some air pockets, that's fine too. Let's see if we can show them.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, so you can kind of see without me dumping. If you can kind of see as it slipped, it left kind of a whole row along here. And I'm just going to let it kind of spread itself back out and we'll load her up. I, however, am going to wait this time and not take it out one at a time. We're going to load them all at the same time so that everything goes on at the same time and we'll have a better cooking experience.
Open those and spray them because my hands are all eggy.
Yep. And don't be afraid to do a decent amount of oil in them. I'm not a loving fan of having all that oil. However, the stick factor, it's worth it to me.
They ate all the other ones.
Were you two just starving? They ate the perfect batch.
They ate all
gone.
Yeah.
Okay. So again, loaded the little booger up.
They're kind of burnt. You can eat them. I don't care.
I'm just gonna
Just might want to
We'll lock this one down. Stack it. And one more. Do you think we'll need more than? Oh yes, I think we'll need another one.
Yeah.
Hold on. I just let a
Paper
little piece
towel.
of paper towel land in there. Wait.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Hold on. Whoops, stuck in the-
Oh,
Hold on.
thank you. You're welcome. All right. And is there one more double one over
No,
there or are
there's
they only
not.
singles?
They're only
So
singles.
what would you like to do?
We'll just have to use the singles. We need to use this up.
Okay,
So,
okay.
yeah. Hopefully these shouldn't stick quite as bad as the sugar.
Right. Okay, so we're gonna load up those.
Maybe
And
two.
I think so.
Probably
We've got
two.
two sitting here. So
Yeah.
now we're gonna switch over and use some of the cast iron pie irons, just the single ones to finish using up what we've got. So that'll be kind of fun to see if it cooks any differently. And sometimes you have fun trying to shut them. But it's funny because the single pie iron weighs probably double what these double aluminum ones do.
I just don't like the one.
I need one more. We need-
I like that.
I need one more after that.
Oh, funny. All right. How's everybody's stuff mixing up? Did anybody end up doing more than one egg, or are we single egging right now? lot of different brands of these out there. She has a lot of the Rome, and I can't remember what the brand mine are. I don't know if Menards has a brand that they use. And I don't think that they're Lodge or anything like that. And I can't say that one brand's going to be better than another. The upkeep that you give them is what you kind of get out of them. All right. Sometimes you don't feel like you're ever going to get them locked down. Be patient with yourself. All right, guys, I am headed out and going to put them on the fire.
Okay. So, since they're all going on at the same time, that'll be much easier for us to keep an eye on them. And I will probably be flipping them much sooner this time around. Be right back. Okay. So now we can feed the army. I also feel like the fire, now that it's kind of settled down a little bit, it's probably a much more even cooking thing. So that could be helpful to us too. We might have had just a little more flames going, and now we have more coals going.
Especially with the butter dripping.
Yeah, that definitely did not help the situation.
Look at, hey, it's peeling right off.
Hey, maybe leaving them out in the cold. Oh, that's the best one though. So that basically just turns to caramel. Yep. I'll take a corner. Show those guys. As we don't need them. So we're just able to peel it right out of the pan. Now that was the good one. So we'll see if that actually happens with all of them.
Yeah, you should show your blue tube.
Oh. All right. You sell those. We'll see if we can see my. You guys see my fire pit? So this is my Christmas present, and I'm so excited about it. So a pop-up fire pit. I think somebody else might have mentioned that they got one too. I love it because it leaves no trace. We bought the deluxe one, so it actually has the grate that came with it, and it has a fire pad that you can put underneath of it. It has a mesh or bottom so that it feeds the heat or the air, oxygen underneath of the fire as well. So you're supposed to get more even cooking. But I have a fire tube. My son made me one out of 1/2 inch tubing. And he what's that called when you like firesmith something? You know my words. Anyway, so I also bought a portable one. So it actually is like telescope and telescopes down. It's nice because it goes into a little plastic thing. So it's great for if you're backpacking or you're going to be tent camping, you don't want to have a bunch of big things with you, because my other one's 3 foot and it's solid and it does not fold down. So I love this. Super cheap on Amazon. But I love because you can set the fire and work on building everything up. So in the mornings, if we get up and it's been a cold overnight, a lot of times we'll pile up all of our holes from the night. You can always find a hot ember underneath, put a little kindling in there and a couple blows, and you have got your fire going first thing in the morning. Probably our favorite thing that we discovered, and I will never not have them. cool thing is it has the grill top, and so we could then cook our burgers. I could cook with a Dutch oven on top of that, and we could also utilize our pie irons and put them on top of that. So just a fun little thing like that. Now, we're returning us back over to our pie irons.
So Chanel, how long are you cooking on each side?
So I checked my timer, and they have been going for 4 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and give them all a flip. And then I'll probably let them go for, I don't know, maybe I'll check what one looks like. Got a little egg action dripping out of that one. Ooh, can you guys see that? It looks delicious. Okay, so that was 4 minutes. So I'm probably going to go 4 minutes on this side, and then I'll really do a good checking on both sides and see how I'm looking. I feel as though as long as it's lightly browned or darkly browned, however you prefer, I think that you're probably going to be thoroughly cooked. Because it was small pieces, because it's a thin thing, it's not going to require like having that internal baking happening for 20 and 30 minutes. And again, your heat source, how evenly it's cooking. We put them all on at the same time, so we're hoping to get that more even bake on them. But they already are looking good. So good. So 4 minutes. Okay. That one cleaned up pretty good. Good. So there's that.
Oh, nice.
Right? So I said, I'm going to do them for 4 minutes on this side, and then we'll double check them, we'll flip them again, and then we'll double check and see how we're sitting. But don't you agree that with them being thin and the pieces being, the bread being so small, that they'll probably cook fairly? So my worry was the biscuits are going to take longer, but maybe, I mean, the other things are still going to cook much quicker because everything's pretty much pre-done on them, and it's going to be more of the heating thought process rather than actually cooking something. Those will be squashed. Oh, yes, yes. I know. But you can, I don't know. Can other people hear their stuff sizzling? I'm going to bring you in. I'm bringing you in close, so hopefully you can hear some sizzles.
This is when I wish we had smell-o-vision.
I know. Can you hear it?
These shouldn't stick as bad either because there's bacon in it.
Yeah, so we've got, well, that we sprayed, but then we also have the bacon grease. Is that okay?
And Sherry said that your blow tube was like a bellow, keeping your fire nice and stoked. So a bellow.
Absolutely, yes. And it's so funny because whenever we're out camping and stuff and we're using it, I mean, we have had several people stop us and, what are you doing? And then after we explain to them, I'm going to go get one. I mean, everybody in our family has their own. We fight over them. I think it's just fun to build a fire with it.
Mm-hmm. So are those cooking slower? Okay.
Sneak a peek.
Yep, that's what I figured. It takes a little bit longer for them to.
Oh yeah, see, so our cast iron is not heated up as quickly. So I wonder if we would be smarter moving them center where we have a little more heat. Oh, I'd say put that. All right, we're gonna scoot the heavier cast iron. Check this one.
Ooh,
that
that
one's
beautiful.
Yep, that's perfect. We'll show you those in just a second. So yeah, we move those down to center so that we have heat distribution all the way around because they do take a little bit longer. So Christina was just thinking about putting some more wood on the fire, and I just said, well, maybe let's move the coal or what's in there right now, simply because if you get the ash off of that, you're going to have a whole new hot coal inside of it, and that's just going to redistribute all that heat and get it back up again. So when I'm cooking, I kind of want to keep that source as clean as possible rather than adding new wood that's going to smoke and it's going to have to get heated and it's going to steal the heat from the other pieces. When it's a fire, I don't care, but when I'm cooking, I always try and utilize what I can.
So we got a couple people also stoking their fires, doing the same thing as you are. We have a question about the telescoping blow tubes. For those that want to purchase their own or give it as a gift to that person that has everything, where could they find one?
I got mine on Amazon and it actually came in a package of 2 and I think it was like $8. So
And then
telescoping blow tube would come up.
cool. And then someone else wanted, because you guys are cooking over an overhang, normally you wouldn't be if we were just enjoying the fire. You're doing it because of the wind and viewing for this particular webinar, correct? So if you don't mind just mentioning where you would normally be doing this.
Actually, a lot of times, okay, well, now that I have this amazing pop-up fire pit, I can do it wherever I need to. So for us, a lot of times in the parks and stuff, the fire pits are not put exactly where I would love for it to be put. So we sometimes will move a vehicle so that it's blocking wind if we have like a really windy situation, or we just suck it up and huddle around it and just watch it like a hawk. But for this, you know, now I can kind of move to my liking. But I like to find myself a place that obviously has a natural block of some sort, whether it be, okay, sorry, I'm interrupting, but look at that. I'm so excited. So yes, I would cook out in the element, and just deal with it. Deal with the wind, deal with whatever, if that's my only choice. You know, for us, so that we could make sure that you guys would have the best zooming possible. We like to be in a place that has little to no wind so that you can hear us talking. We're not having to battle over that microphone getting the wind blown in it and stuff. And then the canopy just also provides that little bit of shading, which makes the lighting better. So it's all about the zoom. But yeah, otherwise we would just deal with what we were given out in nature and make the best of what we could. I don't know, to me that's kind of fun, having that struggle, almost, as dumb as that might sound. The challenge, let me reword that. I love having that challenge and then having something turn out really good. Like,
Thanks. And then your pop-up fire pit is fireside outdoors, correct?
Yes.
Perfect.
Let's see if I can. Can you see it?
I just put it in the chat for everyone. Perfect. Thanks.
Perfect. I love the factor with it. It all comes in its own carrying case. So everything folds up into like a lawn chair bag. And I think it said might weigh 16 pounds, like with everything together. But it can all be rolled up and it's put in a bag that you can put it away when it's still warm. So pretty cool.
Angelique just posted a photo to the Bow Facebook page. It looks amazing.
Oh, it's a little bit gooey. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna leave these last 2 out. And I'm gonna set them back a little bit. I don't want them directly so that they don't end up burning. But we're gonna go ahead and unload. Nope. Sure. I know, is it gonna all fit? Ooh. Okay. How clean is that? And only a little bit stuck. Yeah, just a tiny bit stuck there. So those will be super easy to clean up, which is really nice. Okay, grab another plate.
Maybe there's a stack of, you have a stack of them
Right here.
in your hand.
It's okay. another yum. Oops, sorry. That one looks delicious. Oh, yay! Okay, hold on. One more plate. I'm gonna give you the plate. Thank you. And I'm gonna run these guys in. And we'll be right back. Oh, plate's gonna blow away. Stuck just a little bit. I mean, we could not have complete perfection. Let's keep it easy. Cheese?
Oh, because these are the last ones that had way more cheese in them.
Okay.
The biscuits look good.
Yeah.
So getting a couple questions about people wondering about the recipes. The recipes will be emailed out this week. That way you can keep them. And anyone that joined for breakfast over the fire, those will also be available. And then both this recording and the last recording will be available on our Take It Outside YouTube channel. So I will get those out this week for everyone. I do apologize. I got caught up with the holidays and forgot to get the last email out. So I'll get that all out to everyone. So you can have them and make your edits and use them in the future.
Okay, FedEx is here. I'm very glad he's not trying to drive into our parking lot because after our blizzard yesterday, we have a lot of 3-foot tall drift on the inside, out in the middle of the parking lot. Yeah, those two are done. That wait to be flipped on. Make sure I don't get a sign or anything.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab a plate. Okay. Flip this little guy out. It's always funny because it's so awkward trying to undo the high irons. And so I always feel like my arms aren't long enough to do it. Got a little stick here, but not that major. Other one. All right. I'll need help with that.
That looks like a sticky gooey deliciousness.
Okay, and then flip this side and see. Oh, look at that. Scraped out purple. All right. Okay, we're gonna head in. Hopefully some others. Do you guys have yours going? Anybody got theirs for sampling yet? I'm gonna go in and sample.
These are awesome. Anything that you would change with them?
So
Anybody?
someone wants to know if they use sausage, should it be pre-cooked?
Yes. Yeah. And if you were in a space and you had a cast iron skillet, you could fry your sausage up over the fire and then kind of create it and throw them in your pie irons and cook them all in one space. Try the bacon stuff.
Very nice.
Yeah, I like them.
I would do that again in a second.
Megan says she'd be happy to come over and help you eat all of this.
Come on over.
And we have some people that Kim's so excited to try these, and she might even try them in the fireplace in her house.
Oh,
I
that's an
love
awesome
it.
idea.
Super good idea. Yay. Okay.
Yeah, these are good.
And Angelique says this is a great experience being outdoors in the morning with the smoke going. She's enjoying it. And she's already posted to the Bow Facebook page, and her creations look delicious.
Yes. Also, if you're on Instagram, we put up, what else did we put up? Iowa DNR, right? And Bow, Iowa, as
Hashtag.
hashtag Bow, Iowa. And then we did take it out, she goes,
At She Goes Outdoors and
Yeah.
at Iowa DNR.
yes, thank you. I couldn't remember my hashtags and my ats. So yeah, if you want to add to that, I put it up on my story. I'll add to it later with just putting up pictures and my hashtags so we can all have stuff shared on the same hashtag and ads. I don't know what else to call that. I'm not
Some
very
pictures
techy.
for Facebook.
All right. I didn't get a picture of our burnt ones. I will be posting that though, I'm telling you now. I was like, where's the paper towel?
Yeah, I moved them
Found
because
it.
I was trying to
Okay.
clean out the pyre. That one pyre.
Okay, so anybody had anything good yet, or do we want to move on to our next thing?
So Vicky said, this is a special kind of Saturday morning torture to only be able to watch people enthusiastically enjoying their food while she finishes a bowl of Raisin Bran.
Sorry.
So, we've gotten a couple asked to wait. So
Okay,
can
sure.
wait a minute or two before we
Yeah,
go
you-
on.
So where did it go?
I'll just post down.
Oh, it's in there. Okay.
Yep. They're right at the other back behind the side of on my side. Nope. Go back. On the other side. If you reach straight. Nope. Here. Keep going. This side. This one. Right.
Oh, in between the words. Okay, there we go.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. Yes.
Find the milk lid.
Yeah. It's fine.
Was that all for the milk cap?
Yeah, that was all for the milk cap.
Okay.
I mean, she didn't do anything easy. What
She dropped it into a cat litter bucket full of nails.
Oh, good.
So we got some other people agreeing that this is a special type of torture to watch you guys eat delicious foods, and that they're excited to get some pie irons for the next camping season.
Yes.
So on that, places you can find pie irons, you can find them at like Sportsman's Warehouse, Bass Pro, Cabela's, all those places. Menards will sometimes have them as we get going towards the summer. And I know Christina's mentioned it before, but if you wait until fall, they're usually on the discount aisle. So Walmart certainly sells them too. I do want to put out Jack's Outdoors in Ames is another great place. Was it Crawdaddy's in Waverly? They might have them, I would imagine.
Yeah, is there still Gander Mountain in the eastern side of the state too somewhere?
Gander Mountain would be another great option. Yep. And
Shields?
then
Shields, of course.
is another place. Yep. So get out there, get your pie irons. As you're cooking, remember the Pam, the spray. I've
Yes.
definitely been the one that accidentally forgot it. That and aluminum foil are your new best friends. So
Yes.
um,
Should have taken a picture of the sticky butter.
I
and
know.
Cheryl says she loves watching you gals cook, and thanks for the ideas for gifts.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Blow tubes, pop-up fire pits, pie irons. You got it.
Okay. I got my stuff posted.
Irene wants to know, do you like the aluminum or the cast iron pie irons better?
Like there's pros and cons to both.
Agreed.
Yeah. Once it's nice and warm, I probably like the cast iron better. But you know, if I'm in a hurry, got hungry kids that get hangry, then the aluminum is nicer.
So it's, that whole factor of, do you have the time? And we kind of talked a little bit about preheating your cast iron. So if you're in a situation where you can preheat it, then that just kind of null and voids that out. You don't always have that option. So pros and cons to them both. I think that they can both be utilized for their own good. I would probably I would happily own both. But I'm kind of
I think at home, what we have in our campers, we have one of each.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And I just have the cast iron.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure I picked them both up on a garage sale.
Ah.
You full now? No? You waiting for the blueberry pancakes and stuff?
I forgot about those. Here's your water.
All right, I think in looking at the time, I think we
Okay.
carry on.
Okay,
Cool.
so should we do the cinnamon ones next?
Yep, yep.
Cinnamon fruit swirls.
Okay.
So we gotta have some pie irons again. I'm gonna scoop this stuff over here. Yeah.
Clear a space for us. Okay, so we're doing the cinnamon fruit swirls next. So those of you that are joining us, you can grab your stuff for that one. You will get everything out for it. I'm gonna clean up a little bit so we've got a better space to work with.
Oh, I need
Okay,
my chair.
so we already opened up our cinnamon rolls, so we didn't have to punch those bad boys open in front of you. And then we will have fresh fruit of our choice. Today we have some blackberries and some raspberries that we're going to be using. The frosting from the cinnamon rolls, if you bought them, and then cream cheese and brown sugar. So, and brown sugar.
Just
Okay. So you're going to flatten those into your. We're using the doubles again.
at least for this one.
Okay.
Because all the other doubles are gonna have to have some thorough soaking.
Okay. Oh, yes.
I'll put this
Do you want a
one
couple of
Squash it
singles
really
as
good.
well?
Yeah, we'll need some singles
Okay,
too.
I'm gonna go grab those then. So go ahead. And
No, get this in.
So you have to flatten those into both sides of your pie there. While Chanel makes a racket outside.
Okay, can I put these together?
Because we gotta do more.
What?
Yep.
Like 4 on each side.
No. We're gonna put some in the other.
give them a little spray in.
Oh, we only need one more.
One more?
Double one. Yeah, no, we just need the other double.
Oh, perfect. So one more double.
No, because we just got 4 rolls left. Two on each side. So yeah, we just need 2 doubles.
All right. So we also don't worry too much about cleanliness, and I say that loosely. Like, we're mixing from one cooking experience to another. And yes, we're going from something that had bacon and
Just add some more
onions.
seasoning.
Yeah, and now we're doing something sweet. It doesn't matter. You're not going to have that enough flavor built up into it. So I know some people get really worried about things being mixed or whatever. We don't worry about that.
Okay, then you can unplug the cord and turn it off.
Oh, actually, we don't have to press it at the top of it yet. So just one of them you have to press down. Save the other one to stick on, seal the edges. Is what we'll do. Yep, just leave it like that. So if you press down on one side, you don't have to on the other side. I should have read my directions first. And then after you get that squished, put a little cream cheese on it, and then add your fruit of your choice. And oh, actually, it looks pretty good now.
Ooh, yeah.
I tried to whip it, and I didn't think it looked like it whipped very well, but apparently it did. We have to actually seal the seams on them.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yep, we don't have to press it on the top. So
Okay.
just put cream cheese on one side.
What?
So I'm gonna go almost to the edge, but not completely to the edge, so that when I seal them up, I'll get a better seal on it, and then you
Yep.
don't have as much mess gooing out
Yes.
when you do your cooking with that expansion and stuff.
Yep. And then go ahead and put
Your
fruit inside of it, and then sprinkle a little brown sugar on top.
Yum. Ooh, and in the summertime, I mean, if you're anywhere near something that would have
yeah.
some fresh fruits of any source, I would say. I mean, I
Yeah.
think you could do thinly sliced apples. I think you could do peaches. I think you could do
Mulberries and fresh black raspberries.
oh yes.
You're gonna do it yourself.
Okay.
Come on, Kira. Come here.
If you wanted to chop up your fruit, if you're that person and you want to chop your fruit up, I mean, don't feel like you have to put it all on here whole. If you like one thing better than another, or you don't want to mix, you can do individuals. Really no rhyme or reason to anything.
Okay, so then I've got my two done, so I'm gonna stretch the other one out really good and stick it over the top and squeeze my seams together.
And stretch it out.
Stretch it out a little bit. Yep.
Mom, is it good enough?
I'm gonna put it on top and see. You might want to wash your hands because they're gonna be gooey.
Okay, yep. And then
We got
press it.
some ladies that thought peaches sounded good.
Yes,
And then some others that thought chopped nuts.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. Like some pecans.
Oh, you know what you could do? Do that and then put some caramel syrup in the middle of it and then seal it up.
Have like a little pie. Ooh. Okay, so now we're talking more late day. I mean, it could be just it could be breakfasty, but oh, I forgot to put brown sugar. All right, mine's brown sugarless.
Oh, those are good raspberries.
Perfect. All right, we're headed outside.
Okay, so these I'm going to 10:17. So we will check them in about 4 minutes, same as we did the last ones, and we'll see how they're looking. Everything's been going pretty cleanly. Yep. I feel like I don't know. We've got some pretty small pieces. If you do, yeah. I think we got milk.
So we have another sweet tooth like myself on the Zoom, and Paige says chocolate chips or Nutella would also be delicious.
Oh, yeah. Some peanut butter. Oh, wait, cookie butter. Has anybody had the cookie butter? Yeah, we just added some really little pieces of wood to our fire just to make sure we keep a little bit of heat going here. We luckily, well, we heat our house with wood. So we always take even the dumb little random pieces and keep them for firewood to fill in the cracks. So I just brought a bunch of that stuff down to make sure we do have some nice, good, small pieces that we don't get too high up a flame that way. We could. Okay.
No, you know me. Hi, the bear.
you have a meeting, you can open it or not. Yes, right here. Okay. I just thought about that.
It's nice having an auxiliary fire, huh?
One nice thing about cooking under an awning in the winter time too is it traps some heat for us.
If anybody has any other questions about pie iron cooking or what we're doing, feel free to throw it in the chat or in the Q&A, and we'd be happy to answer on our Zoom today.
Flip it and flip it.
So we've just got to the 4-minute mark and they're flipping,
We
and
did flip and
Donnell's taking photos.
it's a little bit golden already on that side. Oh, yeah. Golden too. Not just on my phone.
No,
I'm
yep.
actually doing it.
Like, yeah, I'm taking some pictures here for.
I'm putting it on my
Facebook
story on Instagram. We have random people driving down.
Apparently they're gonna pull in. I guess they can smell the food and want to join us.
So that was about 4 minutes on that side, and you flipped both of them, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so we're gonna let them go another 4 minutes, kind of check them out, see what we think. That nice golden brown.
So Chanel, do you have any suggestions on how to clean the pie irons?
Suggestions on what?
How to clean the pie irons?
Honestly, my favorite way is to get some good hot water. And if you have the cast iron, really avoid the soap. Now, again, we'll have arguments about that because some people say you can clean them with soap. They do make cleaner for cast iron. Camp Chef makes a cleaner. And then they have also a conditioner. Again, we all know my new favorite is Buzzy Wax. And so that's a great way to condition it after you've gotten it cleaned. I put that on when it's still nice and hot. I will then set my stuff in the oven after I've washed it, turn the oven on, and kind of let the oven just get preheated to 350. And then I turn the oven off and let them cool. And it kind of sets that conditioner into the pores of the cast iron. On the aluminum ones, can you use soap and water?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. I would assume so as well. I didn't know if they got their seasoning to them, and so then you didn't want to take that away. I think the aluminum ones I would probably do with soap and water.
And because they wouldn't have the pores like the cast iron.
Correct.
Soak it in.
Correct. But yeah, I get a lot of people who I've, like I said, gone back and forth on different communities of cast iron cookers, and some of them will say that they like to use soap and water. And then you'll have your others that are like, never, I'm kind of hit and miss.
So it depends on what's happened to my cast iron, because I can easily reseason. Once you've gotten a good season on it, you don't always take it all away. So just good hot water if you have the cast iron. That's what I
Right.
do.
Quick recipe question for you. So we took the refrigerated cinnamon roll, we spread out one, we put
Yep.
cream cheese on top of it, we put the fruit on top of that, and then sprinkle a little brown sugar, and then
Yep.
you closed it up. You're
then
cooking
we
it.
Sealed it up.
We sealed it with the
another
second, with
one. Yes.
another cinnamon roll.
Okay. And then the frosting is going to be put on after.
Yes.
Excellent. Just want to make sure I'm following along.
And I forgot the brown sugar, but guess what? I'm sure I'll be just fine.
I think that frosting's going to cover that for you.
Oh, that looks good.
It's actually, it's probably done. This side,
Okay.
I want to get a little more golden on the one side. And that's done. That's done.
Oh yeah, that one looks really good. So got them to that nice light brown color. And then we'll take those out and sprinkle them with the glaze. And if you want to make your own glaze, heck, if you want to make your own cinnamon rolls. I mean, honestly, if you wanted to put forth all the effort, feel free. When we're out camping, I don't want to necessarily put forth all that effort. I love the cooking, but I also want to be a part of everything else that's going on and just kind of sit back and enjoy. So, all right, I'm gonna go grab a plate and we'll get those loaded up.
So yep, these are nice and golden on both sides. And very, very pooped up.
Ah, look at you. Got half of it.
Yep.
So we have a question too, and I don't know if this was answered either, but it says any transporting and storing pie iron ideas. She said her sister uses a paper bag, but may be something better out there.
If you want to laugh, I made denim. I cut legs off of a pair of jeans and made them into shorts, and then I sewed the end of the denim leg, and I just put them in a pair of wide leg pants, denim pants. I like it because they can still breathe, so that they're getting air. They're not like in plastic. If you don't have paper towels and other things that can absorb any kind of moisture that could collect, that's why I like putting them in something that has some air flotation. And that's just for me. I mean, other people might be just fine having things in different things, but
I
like
have a
paper
whole
towels.
Well, I have a whole bunch of them. I just put mine in a storage tote, but the lid doesn't fit super tight.
So you still get your airflow.
Yes, still
Yeah.
get some airflow, or sometimes I had somebody borrow them and they just stuck a single paper towel in them too, just to make sure some of
Hey.
them kept the moisture out.
Head it in.
Yes, head it in.
I just know you have to switch cameras. So now we're gonna take our knife and
Which one's this whose? I wonder.
hold on.
This one has brown sugar.
Okay. Go
So look,
figure.
yours was a little
Go-
more burnt.
Go figure. Mine got a little more burned. Okay. So, and just however much you decide that you want to put on. Dun, 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 dun. Beautiful.
Oh, no, we still have 2 things to make yet.
Do you have any of the unfrosted pies that you could show us what it looked like?
Oh, we just finished frosting all of them.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. I'll show you what it
Or
looks
the
like.
back side, the opposite
Yeah.
side.
Wait. How do they do it? They put their hand up. Is that the right?
Yes, underneath.
I'm so trendy.
Thanks, Vanna. So it basically looks like a pancake.
Yes, it does.
Kinda, yeah.
Just wait. We're gonna get a plate for you guys to stick them on, okay?
I was gonna say this one's not burnt. If you guys want that one.
Well, I cut one in half for them already.
Okay.
so
Well,
then
like they can't eat more than that. We all know. They demolished a whole thing of cinnamon.
so they should not be.
Oh, whatever. They're endless. They're growing children.
This is their lunch.
crunch.
Yes.
Okay, so let's get our next thing going.
Yes.
Everybody ready for it?
We do the pancakes or should we do the bagel sandwiches?
Bagel sandwich.
They too hot? Yeah, that's gonna be Betty's school.
Okay, so our bagel sandwich. We got the bagel thins. Guess what? You could pick any kind of bagel that you chose. If you like the everything bagels, use them. I don't know how many are out there, different flavors of them.
There, but the big full-size bagels are gonna be a little harder.
You can get bagel thins
Oh,
in
can
every.
you?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. But if you didn't have those and you wanted that everything seasoning could. I mean, you know. So again, have fun with it. Make it your own. This is just a base to kind of give you the ingredients that you need, and then you can go from there. I'm gonna go grab some pie irons. Do you want doubles again? Or do you want singles?
I guess it doesn't matter. We probably only need singles if we just wanna make two.
I think the girls
No.
will care less. Okay, all right, we'll just make a couple then.
So it is 10:30 for those of you that are only hanging on with us till 10:30. We understand if you have to go. We're gonna stay on and keep cooking. We got 2 more things to make.
They should
But for those of you that have to run, we appreciate you spending the morning with us. And I'll get an email out this week with recipes and links to videos. So back to you, Christina.
Yeah, we got 2 more things to make and they should be pretty fast things.
Because these more are just heat them through. There's really no cooking anything. Nice. Do we want to do one more? Oh, they'll have pretty good oil in them.
Yeah, because it shouldn't be anything.
Yeah. So with these just being a sandwich that we're kind of toasting more than anything else, we really shouldn't have a lot of stick factor to them. So we're not going to re-grease these because they seem, you can kind of see a little bit of that sheen on there. So they kind of have some already in there. So we're not going to go add any more to it.
So yeah, so this one will eat our bagel thins. I just fried some eggs the other day and just put them in the fridge, which I've done before for other things and reheated them. It works great. We've got some sausage here that I pre-cooked, and then I also have some Canadian bacon. So we can use either one of those. And then whatever you like for cheese to stick on those, which I bought some Havarti just for Chanel.
I love
As
things.
As you're making that, could you show us the inside of the cinnamon swirl?
Oh, yes. Oops, but really gooey and delicious.
Thanks.
Did you really mean that, Rachel?
I caught a little bit of
Yes.
Like it was a disappointed thanks. Like, oh, I really wish I had some of that.
I was trying to hide my disappointment that I'm not there, but clearly it came through my voice.
That looks weird.
egg sandwich.
Say no thanks.
I don't like egg sandwiches.
Okay, so
So
whatever you want to do. If you want to do Canadian bacon, you want to do regular bacon, you want to do more than one cheese, however you deem it necessary. I'm going to fold the corners of my cheese in so that I don't get extra going out. I mean, it probably still might a little bit, but it'll give us a little less mess. It's like I folded my 4 corners in so it fits on my bread a little bit better. Because, you know, we wouldn't want to waste the cheese.
My kids approve of the fruit cinnamon swirls. Kid approved.
These.
And so does the other one. She loves them. Yay!
Okay. They never make this stuff easy to
I
open,
know.
do they?
It's supposed to be easy.
Oh, wait, I might have found the open.
It was.
Right.
Yeah, these kind of fit tight.
Yes. And actually, I don't mind when they fit tight.
Yeah.
Just because I think it makes it a little easier to keep everything in place. The
So
sausage.
you guys used a fried egg, correct?
Correct. Yep. And again, if you had the time and you had the cast iron skillet that you had over your fire, you could do these things. as in preparation to making the sandwiches to put in your pie iron. I kind of enjoy doing all of that stuff out on the fire. It just makes for more fun and being a part of everything that's happening. If you have the time to meal prep before you go camping, it eases up some of that stuff, but I'm camping. I have the time. Like today, obviously, we didn't want to inconvenience with taking the extra time to do those things.
But scrambled eggs would work pretty well too.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think so.
Yep.
All right, put my bottom on.
Now these, I think we're gonna make sure it's over coals and not any flames, or we're gonna end up with burnt bagels and
Correct.
not cooked and not warmed up stuff in the middle.
Not toasted.
And then I think you could also, instead of bagel thins, you could use English muffin.
Yes.
Oh
Definitely.
yeah, I think that would be super good.
No, we have a boundary. People get paid for bringing in beavers. Really? Yeah. Okay. All right, so time on 10:35. We'll check it in 2 minutes probably. Just because again we're toasting. I know, but I don't want to burn. Like I said, I'm a flipper. I'll flip 3 or 4 times to not burn. Well, that's not a complete truth. To not char. How's that?
So we got a couple tips coming in. Kent likes to clean his cast iron with hot water and then use a stainless steel chain mill that he also bought on Amazon.
Yep.
I
do too.
So Dawn said this is super fun. She's excited for her box in February. For those of you that wonder what she's referencing, She Goes Outdoors subscription box this month is outdoor cooking. I'll put the link in there. It's $50. It's esgooutdoors.com. For $50, you get an outdoor cooking box shipped to you. It's kind of all sorts of different goodies. And no, you don't know what's in the box until you open it. But then we have a Zoom call and we'll use our box during our Zoom call. So I'll put that in the chat. And then Michelle mentioned that she sometimes pre-cooks her eggs in a 9x13 pan in the oven, and then she just cut them up.
I love it.
And she makes them like scrambled eggs and then bakes them. So. Cool. That's all I got on this end.
That was fantastic. I love every time. I have learned something myself every time we've had a class. So yay. Now, funny story, my son has obsessed himself with one skillet. And it's a deep, nice, deep skillet. And it's a pretty big one. And nobody's to touch his cast iron. And so when my other son lived with him, he would use metal utensils in it, which is not going to hurt it, by the way. And he would have a fit. So there would be no stainless, because I told him, why don't you get a chainmail thing so you can clean it? And he was just like, no. So it is perfection. He can put pretty much anything in it and it just slides around inside. So he has created that almost glass-like seasoning to his. And he's put forth far more effort than I have. But good for him, he has it and nobody is to touch it. So I'll cook in it and then I say, oh, here you go. You can clean it. But yes, I have so now we're gonna sneak a peek, see what our bottoms look like. Ooh, getting a little toasted, that's nice. Okay, so I'm gonna go 4 minutes on this side. It ended up being 4. Dripped a little bit of cream cheese on the sidewalk. I'll just wash it. Will be happy. I threw out some of the burnt stuff that I could peel out of the sandwich makers.
And then if you wanted any condiments for these, you know, I'm a condiment kind of girl, so I would probably do, well, honey mustard. I love honey mustard on stuff like this. On your sandwich. Oh yeah. Salsa. Ooh, salsa would be really good. I just candied jalapenos yesterday. They have to sit for 4 weeks, so they were not available for today's expedition. But maybe for Bo, if they turned out good, I'll bring them. So that would be a nice condiment that you could throw on there. I don't think I would want them on there and getting hot. I think they would be good like after. But like yeah, any kind of stuff that you want to put, either you could dip or pull off the lid and spread it on there before you eat it. I suppose if you really wanted to, you could even butter the outside of your bagel and really toast it. Get that nice crisp on the outside. We talked about that last time. You could use mayonnaise to do the same thing. I do have to say it is on this side right here, perfection. It's not cold at all. There's no wind. It's really nice. I stood out there a little bit ago and it was a little bit windy.
Little breeze coming
Yeah.
around the corner here.
Just it made it a little chillier.
Do you guys have a favorite recipe book that you use for inspiration on your pie iron books?
There is, oh shoot. I have a few different ones. I did not bring them up here. They are all put out by, it's either CQ Publishing or QC Publishing out of Waverly, Iowa. I know one of them is
CQ.
called Iron Creations. But there's a number of other ones that are for outdoor cooking made by that same company or published by that same company that has a lot of different pie iron recipes in it. And I'll get those. I think, Rachel, you may still have the list from
I
last.
do. Yeah, I'll link to one of them, the Pie Iron Creations, here in the chat.
And there's Put a Little Spark in Your Ash. That's another one.
And they had
That's still my favorite title. Put a little spark in your ash.
mine, me too.
It starts to melt.
Mine's lukewarm in the center, so I'm gonna let them sit for just a few more
Yeah,
minutes.
and mine, she used Canadian bacon. I put a piece of sausage on
Yeah.
mine.
I'm gonna grab my coffee.
Got it warm enough that we're melting all the snow off of the awning. Dripping.
And I know I was in Jack's Outdoors last week and I saw some of the CQ books there. And then we were at Bass Pro and they had a couple. So in addition to Crawdaddy Outdoors in Waverly, you can find them there or you can find them online also.
Well, how about this? What are we putting the pancakes in?
We can do either. Yeah, my sponge is under it.
I'm gonna set this back in a corner and let it go. And then, if everybody's cool with it, since we're getting close to our end, we can go ahead and do our pancakes and bring those out, get them on here. And that way, if people need to go, but they still want to be a part of stuff, they can kind of see the finished end. Sounds good. All right, we'll take these in and we're heading back inside.
You guys. And she's done with me, so she's about gonna take me out with a pie iron. Oh, that one's got a little jump. It'll be fine. I'm gonna stir it just because of the
Yep. Scratch right out. Little cheese.
Okay, so
This
gave
for
those a quick
video.
spray so that we just guarantee that we're not gonna get stuck to. So
pancakes.
we have pancakes that we're going to use. Thaw them out. If you wanted to make your own pancake, then you could definitely do that. I would strongly suggest, if you're going to, that you heat up your pie iron so that you're putting it on that warm surface as you would at home cooking pancakes on the stove top. And then that's just going to guarantee that you're going to get that sizzle and cooking happening immediately. If you put them in a cold one and then try to put them over a fire, I feel as though that's going to create a mess.
Yes.
So that's all I'm gonna leave it at, a mess.
Yeah, I have one. I'm gonna rip it open. Yep, we'll need, well, we're using the double ones, so we'll use 8 pancakes. Oh, you're not gonna eat one thing. We're gonna make these into blueberry pancakes.
Okay, so
Oh, or do we want to use a single one so we can?
I don't think they're any different. Do you think
Probably
that they're,
not. Go
yeah.
for it. Yeah.
All right, so we are seeing that it's gonna be nicely filling. Yes, nicely filling the whole thing. So you can see it kind of comes over the edges just a smidge. It'll be fine. It'll be just fine.
All good.
Oh, God. All right. And, oh, you got one more? Yeah, one more. Thank you. All right. So laid out our pancakes inside, and now we're going to
spread on some
cream
cream
cheese.
cheese.
I'll do that. And then, and again, I think this one, since we can't really seal the edges, you just kind of want to think about how much goo you want gooing.
It's a good thing we saved this one for last.
Yeah, right. So just kind of spreading that on.
Just scoop on some.
And kind of see how much I put on there. And then, do you want to go ahead and scoop the blueberries on? And again, to your liking, guys. If you want a big gooey mess, go for it. You know, if you want to keep your cleanup a little bit easier, line it with aluminum foil and have some fun.
At least the pie filling's a little thicker, so
Yeah.
it may not goo quite as much.
So we think.
We think. We're gonna pretend.
Pretend. Yeah, we're just gonna have good positive vibes going to that. And then top it with more pancakes. Right? Yep. Okay. Now I'm gonna kind of you know, ad lib my own, because as we always are doing, I'm always thinking, oh, I would do this. How fun would it be to put some, like, put your cream cheese down or not, put a slice of cheese down, bacon, some maple syrup, and top that bad boy off again. And you could have something that's more savory as opposed to something that's so sweet. I'm already thinking some sausage. So, all right, let's get these bad boys loaded and out on the fire. So that one was the quickest, simplest. And I'm going to just go with, if you see, we've got a little sticking out. Guess what? It's probably going to get super brown and just fall off anyway. And it will be fine. Outside we go.
Chanel, to add to your idea, Paula says use syrup, pre-cooked egg, and bacon.
Yes, I love it. All right, I'm gonna sneak a peek at my bagel. Yeah, that looks,
Yeah, yours is all milk.
so mine is nice and melted. I kind of scooted the bagel slightly off, but can you hear that? It's good and toasted.
And since my husband was so kind to come get me, I think I'm gonna make him a sandwich. I think he deserves a sandwich, guys. What do you think?
As you guys are
45 minutes for me.
cooking, I'm gonna launch a quick poll just to see how many people are on the call with us today. So if you don't mind, let us know who you're cooking with.
My sandwich is nice and warmed up.
Christina, will you share an inside look on that one?
There we go. So like I said, I did sausage and the egg. You can see it's steaming good.
Looks delicious.
And then we had Tina that posted on Facebook her picture of her bagel sandwich, and it looked really good. And it looks like she used scrambled eggs for with hers too.
I think I'll go ahead and flip all the pancakes over. Yeah, the bits of pancake that are sticking outside of our pie iron are just falling right off now.
Well, thank you all for doing the poll for us. It just helps us get a better idea as to how many people are on the call. Megan says it looks so good. Tracy says she's now hungry. Thanks for a great webinar. You guys look great and enjoyed watching. So thank you, Tracy. Again, as Nicole mentioned, some folks are putting them up on photos on Facebook. Tag anything you could do. We'd love to see what you're doing. We just enjoy seeing what everyone's doing. So
Well, I know somewhere else would look like.
ooh, Ty's thinking stuffed French toast, buttered bread, cream cheese, and fresh fruit inside.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah. Can I turn up the volume?
I don't know if we can make it more.
Oh,
No, it is.
did I just stick my whole face down?
Probably.
I'm so sorry, guys. How's it? Oh, good. I was gonna say it smells super good.
Mari says thanks again. She loves seeing us all, even if it's not in person. We feel the same.
Yes.
And for those of you that are hanging on with us, we do appreciate it. We did go a little bit long this morning with new recipes. You never know how long it's going to take, and we appreciate your flexibility. We've enjoyed spending the morning with you. As we wrap up, just a reminder that I will be sending an email to everyone later this week with links to the video as well as the full recipes. For those of you that joined us for breakfast over the fire, I do apologize. I got caught up with the Christmas holidays and forgot to send the email. So I will send that video link and those recipes also. If anyone's interested, we'll be doing the third of this series, our breakfast series, will be Dutch oven breakfasts, and that'll be in February. So I'll send a registration link when we get going if you're interested in signing up. And
Snow. Yeah.
and we're hoping to not bring the snow that weekend, but no guarantees by any means. And so we can have 100 people on our webinars. So if we have over 100, we will broadcast to YouTube. So we'll kind of do that going forward as needed. Didn't need it this morning. So Kim's saying great webinar. Thank you. Next time she'll have a fire going. That's exciting. And you're more than welcome for another wonderful webinar. Thanks again for joining us. Andrea says thank you. She enjoyed the virtual class. So again, we appreciate y'all cooking with us. Crystal's looking forward to Dutch oven cooking. She says it sounds like it might be better for a larger group. That might be the morning that you invite your socially distanced family around the fire. You can spread out and enjoy it. Let's see, we got a couple of questions coming in here. Paula Burke's wondering about our Becoming an Outdoor Woman weekend. Paula, I'm getting info to the website. It's iowadnr.gov/BOW, BOW. I will send a link in the page, or excuse me, in the email this week, but it will be April 30th through May 2nd at Wesley Woods in Indianola, Iowa. Registration will be opening up by the end of the month. So I will get that out to you. Cheryl, thanks for joining us again. She said she always enjoys the Zooms, and thanks for time. Awesome job. And Cindy says she wasn't able to cook this morning, but she loved watching and appreciates all that you guys do. She loves the recipes and can't wait for her. She goes outdoor cooking box. So Shelby, happy to have you on. So we are going to hang out because I want to see the insides of everything that you guys are cooking because it looks delicious. But if you have any,
You're done.
ooh, those pancakes look beautiful.
We had somebody else too, Rachel. I don't know if you've seen it yet or not, but Tracy posted she didn't have a pie iron, so she made cinnamon rolls on the stick. So she used her two-prong metal stick thing and did her cinnamon rolls that way.
Perfect.
It looks amazing.
My ride has arrived. If you can hear him so loudly pulling out.
Yeah, and Megan even posted, or I think you might have already said that, posted hers on Facebook too, and hers looks delicious.
So good.
Yeah, she posted her picture on Facebook. She
Nice.
goes, I'm looking forward to using my pie irons more this summer too.
I got a friend.
Where's this sweater?
She's kind of a weirdo and acts like she likes being cold. I don't know. She'll wear him sometimes, but she's not excited about it at all. All right, go get Dad. Go get him. Almost. I'm making you a sandwich for your services. Yeah.
If you want to flip to the inside camera, I've got one of the pancakes cut open.
Oh, there you go. Head on into the inside camera. Woo!
So there's our blueberry pancake, which is starting to goo out the edges. Luckily, it did not goo out the edges inside the pie iron.
That looks delicious. All right, we're going to stay on for about 4 more minutes. 11:03, we're going to call it. So if you have any other questions, comments, you want to join, if you want to add for the greater good of the cause, we'd love to hear them. Again, share your photos to the Facebook Iowa Bow page, our group page. And as always, we enjoy spending the morning with you. And we look forward to you joining us for the Dutch oven cooking.
So good.
Delicious. I am so stuffed.
I know, right? As you can see, my plate is sitting here because I'm just gonna nibble on it all day.
It looks delicious.
It's always so good, but then I make myself sick. I'm pacing myself. That'll be awesome.
Those are really good.
Yay!
I need to wash my hands again.
So I hope this gave some people some really good ideas and some fun and some got your brains going. Cause to me, that's just as much fun as having like your basic recipes, but then going with it and seeing where you can take it. So I always enjoy that. And then I always like, so whenever we do Dutch oven cooking classes, we always get our sheet of paper. So it's funny because when we do our big group ones, which we haven't gotten to do,
Yes.
we'll all sit around and eat the food and then pens and paper and we'll be like making notes. And so then we know what changes we want to make or what we want to add to it. If we think, it, you know, I would have cooked it a little bit differently. Different even if we're Dutch oven, what size Dutch oven? Oh, it would have been better in this size as opposed to that size. So it's just fun kind of comparing notes with other people and coming up with all your ideas of how you would add flavor.
Yes.
Sounds
Wait. Oh, yes, I am stuck.
But it was worth it.
Yes.
All right. Sorry, someone's reminding me that it is 11 o'clock. So Belle says thanks to everyone who made this possible. Had a great morning. Megan said thanks again for a fun morning. So thank you all for joining us.
Yes.
Thank you again to Christina and Chanel for being on camera and cooking for us. Thanks to Nicole in the background that I failed to introduce, and that was completely my fault. So Nicole, thanks again for helping us in the background. Kira and Bella, thanks for all your help. And everyone on the call, thanks for joining us. Look forward to having you cook with us in the future.
Yes. And we'll see you in February.
Yes, February. If you're looking for that outdoor cooking box, head over to escooutdoors.com. And
I go get my
until the next time and I'm using air quotes, see you. Take care, stay safe, and be well.
Yes. Thank you.